First thing is I will adopt the agenda. I had one little thing I wanted to talk about in other business, just the delegate assembly. I'll give you guys an update on what I read in their resolutions and things, so that'll just be another business delegate assembly. Otherwise, is there any other changes? Okay, we'll take a motion when you're ready to adopt the agenda.
Joel moves.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next we were going to have the vision statement and mission statement by Sienna Marnell.
I can read a little bit about her and hopefully she comes in for rehearsal. If she doesn't, then we will read it and go. So Sienna Martinell is the daughter of Jamie and Michael Martinell. Her siblings are Bryce, Adrian, Jaden, and Zechariah. She is a senior this year. Her favorite subject is English language arts and reading. In her free time, she enjoys reading, painting, coloring, and crafting. She loves to read romantic comedy, but is open to reading anything. She also enjoys crocheting and will frequently do so while chatting with friends or while watching shows. Her love for reading can be further revealed by the fact that she also works at the Clear Lake City Library. She loves working with kids, which is why she is looking to go into English education for elementary students. When she is not doing all of that stuff, she is participating in the Deuel Drama Club, and their production is this week, Friday and Saturday, 7 p.m. in the stage gym. So that's the rehearsal that she is at, and I'm sure Director Billups is probably driving them pretty hard tonight, and that is why she is held up. But
Sure.
It's all good things. I've been in productions too, so I get how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
So Deuel School Mission Statement and Beliefs, the mission statement, empower students to become independent learners, personally accountable and responsible citizens. And the Deuel School District believes everyone in the community contributes to the education of the children in our schools. Therefore, we are committed to personal responsibility and accountability, respecting others, and maintaining an open line of communication in the district, providing opportunities and resources for individual success, and maintaining and communicating high academic and professional standards.
Thanks for reading in her place.
Yep.
Okay, and then next we have Katie Hinker here for public comment, and she's got a presentation on the screen.
And I'll just kind of say a few things.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Because
I'm
she's
sorry.
amazing. Katie does upper level science, and in addition to doing science classes in the last year or so, she has dove into offering some CTE courses as well. Specifically, this past year we started offering Intro to EMS, and then she does sports medicine as well. Next year we're looking at offering a few more. So far, every class that we have started under her care has been a huge success and has been a high interest class for kids. So thank you, Katie.
Yeah, so I just want to talk a little bit about the health science CTE classes. I know I've kind of mentioned it when here, talked about post-med, different things like that. But we currently have a semester of Introduction to Sports Medicine. Simon comes in on a regular basis, works with the kids doing some athletic training skills. They learn kind of how to handle sideline emergencies, concussions, taping skills, all those type of things. Next semester will be Introduction to Emergency Medical Services. And I know there's at least one, hopefully more students who are then going to go on to get their EMT certification after taking that. Next year, I think we're going to flip-flop those so that EMS is first semester, so then second semester they could take that full EMT class and have had the intro class. But this year they'll be taking it at the same time, but getting that full EMT certification. Next year, we're going to add health science careers so that they'll kind of get a broad view of a lot of different health careers. I'm hoping to teach them a skill from each of several different health careers and give them some exposure there, hopefully bring in some health professionals. And then we're also hoping to add medical terminology. We have students now sometimes take that as dual credit. So I would like, if we offer it here, to have them be able to still get that dual credit. So I'm kind of in the process with Lake Area of working to get that so that I could get the MA 115 for 3 credits, but take it here with me. So that's in the works, but I've sent in the paperwork and things so hopefully that will be something, I just think if they could, that we want to continue giving them that dual credit for that. So hopefully that all works out. Health science should be good to go. Medical terminology, that's what we're kind of working on to get the details, but that would be next school year, second semester, so hopefully by then we'll have that already. So we were able to purchase some equipment. So Kat and Ellen worked with the budget, found some money for us to get some equipment for the kids to get some hands-on skills. Obviously CTE is kind of that real world experience. So we got a athletic training camping table, so they have a place to sit and position their athletes as they are doing their sports medicine, and storage for all their tapes and scissors and pre-wrap and all that kind of stuff. So as they're learning different skills and techniques, they have equipment to do so. We got this mannequin, it's called a SAM4, so student auscultation mannequin. So what auscultation is listening to like the heart, lung, bowel, vascular sounds, which is a big skill in a lot of health careers, especially when we get to EMS. There will be a ton that we can do with this, and it has different case studies. So it hooks up to the iPad, and you can watch a video where the patient is telling you about their symptoms, and then you can listen to that on the mannequin. It has a lot of different, you can do carotid pulse, and it kind of has different levels where I can turn it so that a light lights up on the chest where they should place the stethoscope when they're learning how to do that, so they know if I'm listening for this sound, this is where I need to place it. If I'm listening for this sound, this is where I need to place it. So getting really into that. For sports med, we've kind of used it. I would give them a scenario like, you know, an athlete comes up to you short of breath. So then they can listen to, okay, this is what normal lung sounds like. This is what maybe asthma sounds like, so that they could kind of compare and contrast that a little bit, those type of things.
Do you have to learn how to use that first? Like that takes some effort, or?
I mean,
Yeah.
just kind of figuring it out.
Yeah.
This one I had seen at a training I'd gone to for a health science, and they said they used it a ton. So it was just kind of going through it and trying figuring things out. You know, and having the group of students I have an awesome group of 12 students, so they're more than willing to kind of jump in and like, hey, play around, change some of the sounds, hear what it sounds like, and they're just excited to do all that kind of stuff. So we're kind of figuring all that out together. And then we also have, it's called Nursing Ann, so it's a full body mannequin that we also got a hospital bed with, and it has like a bedside table and a little drawers to store all of her accessories. So it does a ton of things. This is honestly something that you might see in like a nursing program, so we're really lucky that the students can kind of start doing this. They can do the basic auscultation, blood pressure, but it can also do IV draws. You can set it up to have all different types of things. You can do suctioning, and you know, if you have to do oral airways, it just really has a lot of options. And I thought it was kind of cool the other day. We were watching, I don't know if it was football or what, but they were advertising a college, and they were kind of showing their students doing things and using basically this exact same thing. Yeah. So colleges were kind of, you know, bragging about having this stuff, and our students also get to use it. So that's pretty cool. And then here I just put from the state's health science career clusters. This is just a list of potential careers that students could go into in the health science field. So it's really not just doctor, nurse, right? There's so many different things that they could do. So to just expose them to that, find things that maybe they like to do, or maybe they realize they don't want to do certain things, and they find that out now before they've paid for a couple semesters of college. Or just to have those skills. I think especially with health science, I mean, it's the human body, it's benefits everybody to know some of these skills. Or even if they don't go into these as careers, you know, maybe they're in a community and someone collapses and they know CPR, they can help. You know, just some of those type of things that even if they don't use it for a career, I think there's some really valuable things that they can learn.
You're not very good at keeping them alive. I see they got mortician, funeral director.
Oh, yeah, well.
It's good luck with the
whole
whole
spectrum.
So they get at CTE credits in school would be how many credits here? I guess is it just one
Well, they could get up to, well, 2 total for health science. But
Okay.
they can also do, I mean, there's some computer ones, I think we have business, the ag stuff, they have a lot of that kind of thing. So
So how
they
many,
need
they need how many?
many to graduate, is it, they need 1 or 2 to
They
graduate?
need 1 CTE.
Okay, 1 CTE to graduate. So this would give another option for students to kind of get that credit and then to explore. some
And the 1 3-credit one was one they were doing online, and you're gonna, instead of doing them online, you're trying to be the teacher and then having that credit taken out.
Yeah, so then they can still get the 3 college credits from Lake Area, but I would teach it. We have had some students take it online, but medical terminology is a lot, and they have to be really focused students in order to stay up on that on their own. So having it in-house here, I think would help a lot of students kind of stay up on that and be able to be successful in that. Because it is a lot, which it's good. You want to push them a little bit if they're going into health careers. We want well-educated people taking care of us one day, but yeah, so yeah, we're giving them.
Lot of stuff, lot of,
Mhm.
good.
Well, awesome.
Yeah. Anybody else have any other questions or anything?
My daughter's taking the sports medicine and always enjoys it, loves everything you guys are doing, and such a great add to our CTE offerings. Awesome, thanks for doing that.
Yeah, of course.
And getting
Thanks for the
us
support. I know it comes from all levels to let us be able to do stuff like this, so we appreciate it.
It's awesome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Awesome, thank you, Kate.
Okay, next, conflict of interest disclosures. No, there are any, none. Next is consent agenda, 1 being minutes from the meeting on October 13th, 2025, and the October 25 payroll. I'll take a motion to approve those.
Motion. Second.
Tony Wade, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. No old business. New business, first is the financial report with the month ending of October 31st. Sorry, I didn't look at the page number yet. Page 7. Mhm. Questions, comments? Anyone? If not, I'll take a motion for approval.
No news.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next is the October 25 bills, starting on page 13. And if you guys will notice, a few of them have a little bit additional in the description. Ellen was so kind to add a little bit more info in those areas sometimes. Like KSB Law School, staff training was kind of added next to it, so it doesn't just say purchase services. So I thought that was helpful, so thanks for doing that, Ellen. But any questions regarding the bills outside of what's listed there? That was helpful for me to see.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Anything to talk about? Otherwise, I'll take a motion to approve.
Wait, so move. Second.
Thank you. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next, we'll look at the policies that were sent out. Maybe we'll look at them all and then just approve them all at the same time?
Yeah, they start on page 18. These were sent out by the Associated School Boards with just some new codified law and wordage that came out of it. So they're all highlighted in red. Your third one there, BDDE, simply has the word ensure. So I mean, there's not major edits here. The student conduct one, JFC, has one sexting, and then the same thing on the following one, including some sexting narrative there as well. So no major edits on these ones I have listed, unless you guys have some questions.
It's just the one on the exec session, so then you suggested it's number 6, I guess. It just has one more.
Exactly, yeah.
These are the 6 now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that to have that in there.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Because I've always struggled with when to say what,
Mm-hmm.
in public.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, any questions on the policy changes? Yeah? So we will motion to approve the BD, BDC, BDDE, JFC, and JFCD. Got them all.
Good.
I didn't want to say them all, take the titles.
I'll
Motion.
make a motion,
Thanks, Joel.
Joel.
Second.
Here you go. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next, the 2026 election date. We have to determine.
Well, we're supposed to determine by January, however, we have to post stuff, or in the paper by December with the new law. So anyway, the two dates that we can do our election are either June 2nd or November 3rd. That's the only choices we have, because we have to do it with the.
And we always, in the past,
We've always had ours in
June
June, it was always, well, it wasn't
Not
June
second.
2nd, it was actually later, ours was later than that, there were different dates. But now, these are the only two, for 2026 is the only two dates we can do it.
Is that primary date?
It's primary dates, yes,
Yeah.
yep.
so we now have to do
all
ours.
elections have to be done. Mhm.
School board voting has to happen at the same time as
Yeah.
as
But it's,
primary.
yeah, but when I got reading this stuff, yeah, it's like dumb because it tells us we have to set the date by the January meeting. However, all the postings of the openings have to be done in December.
Hmm.
If you're doing the June, November 3rd date, then it won't make a difference. But if you're doing the June 2nd date, then it has to be, everything has to be
Makes sense
posted
to do the
separate.
June.
That's why we
since-
put it on,
Yeah,
on this agenda.
right. So
Like
we'll
just-
do the June because we have our school board's
Yeah.
elections are years or July, so June 2nd.
So we'll make a motion to do that, or don't we?
That's what we need to make a motion is to do it June, what day we're gonna do it, so,
So
okay.
we'll make a motion
For June 2nd.
Yeah, June
Okay.
2nd for this year.
Okay,
Second.
Wade.
wait a second.
Mhm. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thanks for that. And then surplus items listed for textbooks, drawer filing cabinet, office chairs, wall divider.
And everything was disposed of, it was just stuff that was,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Disposed of the surplus.
Oh, under textbook.
Do you want to, oh, I thought you wanted a chair.
No. Over the textbooks.
The 98 textbooks? I'll take a motion.
Motion.
Tony? Leah? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next is the hire of Braden Simon for the middle school basketball coach.
Yeah, Braden had expressed interest with Todd some time back, and we followed up with him, and he was willing to do it. So he came in and got some keys and started practice today, so.
Wow.
And is he still going to school?
He's going to school in Brookings and living at home.
Yeah. Oh, he is living.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Thanks to Braden.
Yeah, that's good.
Take a motion to approve. Leah?
And Joel second.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. That gets us through those. So next we'll move on to the reports. Mr. Schoenbeck.
That, I give you a folder there with some supplemental material that I'll be referring to. First thing on my report here is the wrestling co-op. Just to follow up, last month, Dubrook had this on their agenda, and they did approve to continue with the co-op. So obviously we will be moving forward with that. Next item on here is our student count. Our official fall enrollment came through. I was looking at 499 prior to that, but we have two out-of-district placements that weren't included in our classes. So obviously those kids are still ours and they're added. So we ended up at 502, down from 523 last year. Next item on here is the CSI contract update, which I had brought to you last month, explaining that those grant dollars are not available, contrary to what we had thought. Studer has proposed an amendment here that they would work with us starting after the first of the year and cut cut our quarterly invoice from $85.50 down to, what are we at, $32.80 a quarter. So we would be saving roughly $10,000 for the rest of the year. And then all of this would be virtual, which is kind of a hybrid thing of what we're already doing right now. So I can't say that the virtual meetings that we have are any less effective than when she comes here. So it would be my recommendation that we move forward with the proposal, unless you guys have any.
So from now on, is this just the rest of this?
This would just be for the rest of this year.
Is 3,200 a quarter?
3,200 a quarter. So I think we can look at this, we can revisit, find out what the plan is moving forward next year, and then determine whether or not this is something that we want to continue with Studer, if we're getting any bang for our buck, in terms of expanding beyond the rounding piece and the strategic plan and those types of things that we've been working on, the culture piece.
Have we already paid the September 30th?
No, I don't think we've paid.
I thought we paid once.
We paid
already,
for
I
the
thought.
first quarter.
Yeah,
I don't think we've got a bill for the second quarter yet.
I was thinking
Yeah.
So, okay.
So remind me on the funding part of this again, Cal, or
This would actually be an amendment to the budget
in cap, or general
in
fund.
general fund
so it would be in addition
to what was budgeted.
It's in the budget, however, the revenue is in the budget, but we will not have the revenue.
Because we thought we were getting,
Yeah, so I mean, the expenses are already in the budget,
Just,
so we're not gonna have the revenue that we thought we were gonna have
Oh,
from the top.
Now, the last meeting you referenced, we had funding available from, was it the counselor position that we didn't fill, is that?
I don't know if that's still in the budget or not.
That was not.
I mean,
Mhm.
That's how-
just looking at it, I mean,
Okay,
coming into this year, those are dollars that we didn't spend. We planned on spending them, but obviously didn't.
I'm confused by this, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
So the term for amendment is January to June,
right.
but the invoicing terms are September, December. So September
This
and
would be if
December.
this would be if we continued to do it beyond that.
it wouldn't start till January.
Yeah,
Because we've
so
already-
December 31st, would we still pay the
We would still be paying the 8,000
85?
for this second quarter.
so this,
So it's not 13,120 this year, because it's 16 for the two first ones.
Correct.
It's
Right.
17 for
It
the
would
first
be-
two.
It would be 6,5.
Okay.
so we're paying
So-
half the year on the original.
So
budget,
March
half
and
the
June
year
would be
with-
the 3,280, but September and December would still be the 85.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
So 23,000. Almost 24,000, right? Am I doing that right?
Are we getting that?
8 and 8 and 3 and 3?
yeah.
Right.
Half the year is on the top invoiced amount, and the other half of the year is on the amended proposal amount.
Correct.
And are we paying for services ahead of time or after?
No, I mean,
Like
we can terminate the contract at any
No, but I
time.
mean, like, this December payment, is it covering for services that have already happened? Or is it covering services that will happen in January and February?
No, it's covering within, so they send them after the quarter.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yep, so December's bill will pay for this kind of
Yes,
semester, or
yes,
these months.
Yes.
So September bill would have been July, August, September.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
So we can choose to do December and not do any further in the year, or choose to do further in the year at the reduced.
We could, and I could see if we could, she could put December in there too, since we're out there. That would save us a little bit of money.
So we're into it for 8,500 so far.
Right,
Unless I turn around and see if she would take 2/3 of the quarter.
yeah, December could
Has
be
she-
billed at
Oh, but that was.
the new rate.
Are we
I
getting-
get why they're doing
Yeah.
January though, calendar.
We get such little snippets of this stuff. Are we getting the value out of it?
I think what we've done so far has been wonderful, yeah.
So you've implemented some really awesome tools,
Mhm.
and now these meetings are kind of just keeping them consistent, getting their feedback,
It's
building on
it's
them.
follow-up,
Mhm.
it's gauging, it's looking at our scorecard, are we achieving what we as our student?
Isn't that something we can do ourselves?
I think we could over time.
It's the new best thing you won't know about.
Yeah.
Her perspective that she
Yeah,
brings in.
I can't predict, like I said last time, I think we always get a takeaway when she comes here and it opens our eyes about, okay, yeah. And to be quite honest with you, we haven't got into the gauging of our report card or, okay, how are we measuring this and how are we reaching our goals? We haven't got into that yet, so that part is coming for us. And it will over time as you go through the school year.
Mhm. Generally, you hire a consultant for a period of time, and then after you learn and you're skilled and feel comfortable, we can let that consultant go. It's just whether or not we're there yet. Yeah. If we feel like we're
And I think a lot of the things that we're doing are kind of the tip of the iceberg with what they offer for schools too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure. What do you guys think? What would help you make a decision?
Funding on the other end would really help.
Yeah, right. That was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was easy to say yes. Did you ask if we didn't pursue continuing on with them, if that software we're using
I
for the
did.
evaluations would
I did.
continue or stop? I can see that being a value of having
That's a
that.
huge value.
Yeah.
We all like that.
So
And
when-
what's that?
So when they meet with each of their staff members, they put their notes in this
Okay.
online system and it can generate data back to them and reports back to
Warehouses and
them.
everything. and-
It can look at trends over time and look
Yeah.
at info over time, and that is really valuable. You know,
If it's a good version of it, it really helps. I mean,
We did
it's
pay for that
friendly and easy to
separate.
handle,
Mhm.
Super easy to input and
Mhm.
be a pretty good value.
But like I said, we pay for it separate, and so then that's, if we don't continue this agreement, do we lose that offering to
And to be
us?
honest with you, if you guys still have questions, I can
Mhm.
take those and ask Gail. We can
Mhm.
table it and put it as an action item at the December meeting. Yeah, I'm open to anything.
Because we're locked into the December bill as we are right now.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that, but I mean, I can check out.
You wouldn't want to not, I mean, we've already had services for
So we're in for another 85.
September, October, November,
Oh, yeah.
so, yeah,
So we're at 17.
yeah.
Has she been out this quarter? She traveled.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
she's
she's
super
came,
travel and all
she's
that.
It
came
was just
twice.
recently.
Yeah. We'll meet with her again next Tuesday.
Well, if we're, I'm not so, the 3280, two payments of that, I mean, we're already into this second $8,500 payment.
Mhm. So then we're talking
Finishing
about,
out this, if it is a finish to it, but a lot of times they look to get you into the next go on too.
and there is other elements that we could
Yeah.
pursue them on.
Most definitely.
So that's a decision we have to make, if
Make
that's,
that.
yeah. If we keep that connection, and so then let's let
Yep.
this 6,400 for the,
Are you a 80-20 thing on this, or are you a 51-49 on this, Chad, or where you at?
I've really enjoyed it. I enjoy the work we do. I think it's been really, really fruitful.
and it's impacting the overall culture
I think
of
it
the
is,
staff
I think
and.
it is too.
Mhm.
I guess I would say with what we're already into it for this year, let's finish out the year and then reevaluate before.
Principal, huh, what do you think? Same deal?
I think it's been worthwhile, it's worth it.
Yeah, I would agree. Get some good takeaways and it just kind of holds us accountable to continue to
Mhm.
make improvements and adjustments and that kind of stuff.
Well, I'm gonna lean with what you just said
Yeah,
too.
me too.
Isn't like we're still gonna be paying this second payment, so that's kind of water under the most of the water's under the bridge on that one.
Mhm.
So to finish it out and pay the 3280 in two different payments, I would be in favor of that.
Do you want to move on at this meeting, or do you want to table it?
We can't move on at this meeting because it's not on the agenda.
Oh, okay.
That's your answer. So we have this as a December too.
Yeah.
So if you have any other questions or things you want Chad to bring back to the next meeting, let us know. I guess it wouldn't hurt to ask if she'd do the December payment at the new rate.
I'll ask her.
No harm in asking.
No,
She can just
I
say no.
don't.
And then we want to know about the software too, right? If we-
Yeah, if we stop this agreement with the software.
I'll ask her.
What's the name of that software, do you know?
Called K-12
K-12
rounding.
rounding, yeah.
K-12 rounding, okay. Kind of evaluation tool too, where you can
No.
record evaluation?
No.
He doesn't have that as like a feature, like a module you can add on.
No, it's solely rounding.
Okay.
Next item here, facilities. As you guys all saw tonight, they wrapped up the concrete project. Both the second and third grade sidewalk looks wonderful. They've got this done out here, and then Chad's coming back this week to put the railings on. They get fabricated over at Supreme, and they'll get those railings back up before the ice comes. Next item, they opened up another round of bus rebates 2 weeks ago. So I have been in contact, obviously, with Darwin. We're gonna talk about our needs moving forward. I've completed most of the paperwork for it, and then we're gonna meet with Harlow's representative here before December, because we have to have a bid on what's needed. So I will be moving forward with that.
But you don't know the amount yet?
I don't know the
You have to
amount
submit.
right now, and I don't know right now if we're looking at a smaller bus or a big bus. We've kind of gone back and forth on that, so.
You just make the two sizes?
Oh, I think you can get about any size you want in between, but there's a difference in what's required for a CDL and what's not.
And I didn't know anything over a small bus is CDL, isn't it?
Yeah, 14
So
passenger.
you know what I just told you? didn't you?
Yeah, I know.
That'd be quite a concept.
And keep in mind, we got, I think the bus we got last year was 148,000, we had $35,000 rebate, so it's a pretty considerable rebate.
And the rebate is automatic, you don't have to apply for it and get it.
You have to apply
You
for
have
the
to apply
rebate.
for it.
You gotta
But-
carry the other bus down.
Yeah, but you don't, like, we don't have to,
I don't think it's a competitive grant.
okay,
Let's put
that's
it
what I was,
that way.
yeah,
Mhm.
okay,
I think the amount of dollars is dependent on how many people apply for it.
okay.
Next item, I don't know if you got a chance to look on Facebook, Michelle's been doing employee spotlights for all of our employees, which has been wonderful. She sent out a Google Doc and got some information from all the employees, and then she's gonna highlight one. I think she's been doing one a day. I think she's got enough to get through the rest of almost to the rest of the year. So it's a nice thing. Show who's at school and what they're doing. Like this,
I like it a lot.
it's good. It looks really nice. Next item on here is a report card, which came out in between last board meeting and now, obviously. I have some information for you in your packet, and I'll just lay this out here. Your first, this is the district as a whole, okay? Talks about the number of students, and then how we scored student performance-wise in ELA, math, and in science. So we're at 44% proficiency in ELA, compared to the state at 52%. Mathematics, we're at 44% compared to 44% average across the state, and then we're at 59% compared to 44% across the state as well. So what I did on your next page there, I took, for the most part, all of the area schools here, and then I ranked where we are at in ELA, math, and in science. We're about the middle of the pack for both ELA and math. And ironically, out of all of those schools listed there, we had the highest composite for science at 59%, so
Awesome.
that's quite an honor, so. Cough drop.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get through it. So this is for you to take a look at, and just like I said, I just compiled some data, pulled everybody's reports, and then your next handout. Thanks, Tony.
And I was about to do the same thing.
Your next handout is how each school performed, the elementary, middle school, and high school. And I'm not going to go through those, but you can take a look at how those results compare. I've got a comparison of my state of the district too that compares last year to this year, which I just worked on it today, so that's coming. I might as well transition right into the state of the district. I'm probably about 75% done with that document, so I'm hoping to get that out, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. And comparing a lot of the stuff that we did last year to this year. New improvements, I think the only thing I have left is the budgeting piece, and some school safety in the budgeting piece, so I've been chipping away at that, so look for that to come. Last item on here, we've been getting these for a lot of years, which means we have a very involved board. The board received the bronze award, gavel award. It's called the All Award, which you guys are familiar with. Basically, in a nutshell, what that means is, as a board, you guys have taken part in enough ASBSD activities, whether it be delegate assembly, the joint convention, watching school law types of things, and they gauge that on a point system, and this is where you guys the board fell to. So quite an honor, so congratulations. And remind me to get a picture before we go today.
Nobody bail right away. Picture.
Huh? Yes.
Nobody bail right away.
Nobody bail,
Mhm.
so,
I have one more thing in the packet is the calendar.
Yep. On your last page, I had asked Danae last month if she could just kind of update the calendar, mostly for mine, but obviously for all of you. I didn't have any edits, she's got everything on here, so in looking at this, if you guys ever have any edits or anything, just let her know. It's a working document, and we can reprint it, throw the old one, but kind of a roadmap for what we do at the board meetings throughout the year.
It's either at the board meetings or things we just need to be aware of that month. So yeah, if you have edits or suggestions for things, let me know and I'll edit this. This is the most revised version. So yeah, take time to review later and let me know.
Next item on here is just some upcoming events. We've got our annual Veterans Day program tomorrow. That starts at 10 o'clock in the competition gym. Worked out good. We actually left everything set up from Snow Queen from Saturday night, so we've got it all set up. Ginger Loudmell's got the entire middle school and high school band ready, and their numbers, and then we have Preston Rounds, who is a high school senior, who's going to be our speaker tomorrow. This young man is going into he's in the National Guard, but he's looking at getting into it and maybe just adding a little bit different perspective from somebody going into it and why versus someone that's older and been through it. So I read his speech, and he'll do well. Next board meeting is December 8th, and that's at 6 o'clock. And our academic meeting, I realized this morning when I brought it up to in my admin meeting that we don't have school that day. 26th, the date that I sent both Leah and Tony.
Is it November 26th?
Yes. So actually, Tony got back to me. I'm looking at the 24th, Leah, if that works for you. It's the Monday of that week.
Did you send me an email?
I did. That's fine.
Okay, sorry.
That's
I'll let
fine.
you know
I
tomorrow.
didn't mean it that way. I'm just saying. That's the date I'm looking at moving it to.
Come on, Leah. Check your email.
Yeah. So that's all I have. You know.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Tony, you're a lifesaver.
Your lifesaver.
Got me through.
Everybody's sick, so.
Yeah.
All
The
right.
stage in the gym looks really nice. I hadn't seen that up until the pep rally last week. That looks really nice in there. Yep.
Mhm. Yeah, it's good. Principal Hahn?
I just want to start off by recognizing Sherry Finisam for her long-term sub gig that she helped us out with for the beginning of the school year for Emily Brown. She did an amazing job of relating to the students and being able to connect her experience in life with what they were learning in class. And she just did a really good job, and I really appreciate the work that she did in that position. Conference attendance, I took a look at what the high school attendance was for parent-teacher conferences and compared it to last year. We're about the same as we were last year. We had about 25 families. Middle school is about the same too. They're pretty packed throughout the full day. They do the sign of genius, but with the high school being drop-ins, I just wanted to see where we were at with that. We had about 25 families drop in. We will start NWEA winter testing at the beginning of December, and then we recognized our middle school and high school students of the month last week. And that's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Mr. Rowe?
All right, you can see the October Students of the Month and Cardinal Card winners listed there. I would like to take a minute to recognize Mrs. Zog, our fourth grade teacher. Doesn't matter what you go to Mrs. Zog with, she always has a smile on her face and willing to tackle the challenges that might be ahead with the new curriculum or whatever it might be. Goes above and beyond, tries everything that she can to provide success for the students, and then also just her willingness to collaborate and work with other staff members is greatly appreciated, and she just is always smiling. It's great to meet her in the hallway and just have that presence about her. So thanks to Mrs. Zog for everything she does.
Thank you.
Listed there, we started the spelling bee last Wednesday. We will follow the second round on Wednesday, November 19th. And then the final round will be Wednesday, December 13th. And we will award those kiddos at our Student of the Month at the end of December. That's it wrong.
It's the 10th through the 13th.
Oh. So Wednesday, whatever that is. Sorry.
I don't know, this one says the 10th, that's why.
I don't know. They're all on Wednesdays. It seems like that's our day that we can kind of get the most done. So, again, those kids will be rewarded and recognized at our Student of the Month assembly. Conferences, we had 90%-ish plus, give, take a little bit. Parents show up for conferences. Obviously, those that were unable to attend, efforts were made to make phone calls or set up different times, different days. We have conferences some nights after school. Teachers make them do whatever they can to make them up. So kudos to our staff members for making sure that they're reaching out and getting a hold of parents and explaining what's going on. As mentioned at the last board meeting, our 95% intervention kicked off last week. Every day from 10:05 to 10:35, we have direct instruction. Kids are moving. We ring the bell. They move to their designated room with their teacher. We have about 50 kids down in the library. Today we started literature circles, and they're all reading books and things like that, while the other ones are getting that drill and practice instruction deemed where they needed or where their hole might be. So there was some hiccups, no doubt, but overall, we met Friday, talked about it, and discussed how things went, and I think there was a little bit of a sigh of relief towards the end of the week, and they actually were able to get through their lessons versus the, oh my goodness, I'm never going to get through this in a half hour. Eventually, it will come together. It's good stuff. So kudos to those teachers again for just sticking with it, and we'll continue to grow and develop that as we move forward. On the AD side of things, Mrs. Hahn kind of mentioned it already, but the Lion King, or the Deuel Drama Club, will hold their performance of Lion King Jr. on November 14th and 15th at 7 p.m. They're going to hold kind of a test run, dress rehearsal for the elementary at 1:30 on Thursday. And then they will also be traveling to Canby, I believe that's the 17th, to perform over there for them. State cross country, I know it seems like it's been a long time ago, but we haven't technically reported about it, but just another congratulations for them. The boys placed first at the regions, and then you can see those listed that qualified for the state meet. LCC All Conference, I think votes probably finished up getting in today, and hopefully will be
I saw that out last week. Ella Kirkland won.
Ella Kirkfleet. Okay, I missed that. So
Cool.
congratulations to Ella Kirkfleet being named LCC All Conference. ECC football, congratulations to Aiden Sievers, Carson Marco, and Gavin Close for making all conference, and to Troy Jensen for honorable mention. And then NEC football will also be brought to you at the next one.
Fun month.
Yep.
Awesome. All right. Ellen, you want to report on the business manager side?
We had the auditors in last week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Still getting a few follow-up questions, but I guess I would hope that we would have their stuff wrapped up by the next meeting and have our report. So if they do, we'll have that. We're in the midst of the food service review. Just had a bunch more questions today on that or stuff that needs to be provided. So we'll continue to provide information on that, and then somebody will be in-house on the 19th to actually watch our process and go through every other stuff. And then I was just going to bring up, we just got the valuations for taxes payable for 2026. And not a whole lot changed. Our owner occupied valuations did go down about $3 million, which results in about what I calculated $3,340 less that we'll receive in
3,000.
just $3,340 less that we'll receive in taxes per year. So it's actually $6,000, but based on that. And I don't know why that's such a difference, because, I mean, we get the information from the equalization office, and so I was kind of surprised when it went down $3 million when we actually got the report. So, which, and it would affect our special ed too, because I know it's so much, per thousand, that's like $1,000 difference as well. So we will have $1,000 less. Yeah.
And that's for the payment.
So that's the, so that would be the 25 payable 26.
It's got it under valuations tax payable 26.
Payable 26, yeah. Or so it's paid, the payable 26.
We capital, how would be affected in that or not?
It is, because it's based on,
Or-
it's because it's so much per
All
$1,000 evaluation is what we,
Yep.
anyway.
So our
Or I should say,
revenue is
sorry, not capital outlay, special ed. Sorry.
The
Capital outlay, capital outlay, because that's per student, yes, capital, sorry, I said that wrong, it's special education will be just a little bit less, because that is based on
Yeah.
valuations.
Wade, want to give us a report on NESC?
Alright. NESC board met on the 20th of October. Again, financial report is pretty straightforward, nothing really outstanding there. Assistant director's report, pretty minimal, talked about replacing AED, and then talked about doing an Otter Tail energy efficiency evaluation for the office in Hayti. Director's report, she contacted Tom Olster to provide information on the building renovation that we're currently looking at doing, and then set up a meeting with the building committee with Tom. Discussed the audit process regarding criminal investigation and setting policy regarding that. She talked about they're going to be setting up regional sped director meetings on a quarterly basis for the Watertown district. That's something kind of new, I guess, as far as how they're structuring that. Kind of recap the board of advisors meeting. They, I guess, reviewed the building project, talked about the pathways, or what used to be called center-based rates, discussed changing the crisis prevention program. Talked a little bit about the pathway rates for 25. Overall, it's down about $1,000 a student. They surplus some vehicles, and that's about it. 7 vehicles, I guess, they surplus.
A lot.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I don't tell you the total fleet, it's pretty good size fleet. Yeah.
They just auction them off, or whether you see the bids on it?
Interesting. Okay. Thank you.
We got more than our books, huh?
There's some gems, saw the list.
Yeah.
There's some real
Gems.
gems there.
Good, maybe college or high school.
High school.
In town. All right, thank you. The next meeting planned for December 6th at 6 p.m., like Chad mentioned earlier. In other business, I got a packet in the mail on Friday. So on November 21st, there's that delegate assembly in Pier, and they told me kind of what they're going to cover, and I told you before that maybe it wasn't going to be worth me attending or not. Turns out it's quite a small packet compared to previous years, so they're not going through a lot of positions and resolutions. A lot of them staying the same, no changes. There are a few changes to, they're consolidating a couple policies into one. There is a new board or resolution that they're going to propose, I'll tell you about it, but I think we would support it, so I don't think I need to drag a peer to say we do. ASBSD supports the suspension of accountability requirements, so that teacher pay accountability that we have to hold, related to average teacher compensation and minimum teacher salary in a fiscal year where school districts are not provided the statutory required increase in state aid or suffer a loss in local effort due to a state-imposed cap on property tax collection. ASB says we would support them suspending that accountability requirement, which I think is something we would support as well. When I read through these, I didn't think there'd be a need for me to show up to voice an opinion because I kind of agreed with everything. I believe that everybody gets these packets emailed to them. I didn't see it in my email. Did
We
you?
have, I
Yeah.
think typically they send it out.
Normally we get it in an email form from ASBSD, so I imagine it's still coming. Like we can all read it later if you feel different about them, but they're pretty straightforward. So I don't plan to attend.
I got 2 questions. One is, did you miss there, or did I miss here, the meetings on the 8th and the 6th?
I just wrote it down with Chad and I was thinking, and I could be wrong. What's Monday, December?
The 6th is Saturday.
Oh, so then it's the
December
8th.
8th.
December 8th.
December 8th. We're not meeting on a Saturday. Thank you.
That policy we have about explaining everything and doing everything, with open meetings, we did that.
Yep.
Yes,
Previous meeting.
we did that at the
I thought we did.
July meeting, yes.
At the
And we'll
annual
put that
meeting.
on, at the
Just
annual
making
meeting, we'll put that on there, yes, because that's something we have to do going forward.
Yep, we did that
6
already.
o'clock time then on the.
Yep. Yep. Otherwise, any other business? We will take a motion to move into executive session pursuant to South Dakota Codified Law 1-25-2 subset 1 for personnel. Joel? Wade? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried at 6:50.